130,646 pets have been obtained in leagues. 1 month from today, everything from Trailblazer Reloaded will disappear forever. Except for those pets. If you have a funny feeling like you're being followed, they carry over into future leagues. Good morning, everyone. My name is Coxie, and I'm here to take a deep dive into some of these pets and figure out where they're coming from. Tricksters, where are we at? There are 25,171 cute little raccoons running around the league's worlds right now, and more than 5,000 of those were obtained in the last week. This number way overshadows the rest of the skilling pets, which is at 21,829 combined. If we include Phoenix Pet, that number goes up to 26,008. Soul Wars crates are an amazing way to stack up Pure Essence, Bolts, and Raw Sharks. So it's no surprise that Little Creator is the second most obtained pet with 13,510 funny feelings. Zaya enjoyers, there's a Karen task to get 25 Skatizo kills. With a pet drop rate of 1 in 65, Skotos was obtained 7,704 times. That means that Skatizo was killed roughly 500,000 times already this league. With the Tumikin Shadow paired with Berserker Relic, you can kill Kraken in just 3 hits. For that reason, it's no surprise there are 7,522 Kraken pets floating around out there. You might be wondering, which of the 3 raids is the most common? We got Omelet and Zaya, Lil Zik and Mortania, and Tumikin's Guardian in the desert. Well, if you guessed Tumikin's Guardian, you are right. 4,614 of these Guardians have been obtained, while Omelet and Lil Zik are at 2,914 and 1,166 respectively. God Wars pets are the oldest pets in the game, dating all the way back to their release of July in 2014. Back then, the J-mods enjoyed watching us suffer, and they put a 1 in 5,000 drop rate on all 4 of the bosses. Groudor is in the lead with 3,875 pets so far this league, followed by 2,476 pet Zillianas, 2,058 Kriaras, and 1,903 Krill Tsutsuroths, or Zamipet for short. Now, this is one for the trivia people. There are 2 pets in RuneScape that you can actually take with you underwater while doing your seaweed runs. What are they? Pet Kraken, and maybe not so obvious, Pet Chaos Elemental. The Wildy Takers must be busy because so far there are 1,683 Pet Chaos Elementals swimming around out in leagues. Now, let's take a look at the least owned pets in leagues. It seems like you can slice through Nightmare like butter with a Scythe and Melee Relic, but there's only 298 little Nightmares in the game. 297 Treasure Seekers have obtained the Bloodhound recently, with 94 of those being obtained in just the last week. The Elflands are not as popular in Trailblazer Reloaded, but there's still 253 small Kanos running around Tyrannwyn. Even less popular is the Wilderness, and Vedion Jr. has only been obtained 241 times. The 5 least obtained pets are Muspa, Whisperer, Penance Queen, Duke, and Corporal Beast. I have to admit, it's sad seeing Penance Queen on there. Barbarian Assault community is letting me down. Okay, moving on from pets, it's time for an update on the most highly debated topics in Trailblazer Reloaded, the Relics and the Regions. The percentage of regions chosen are actually still in the same order as last week, with Desert reigning supreme. The biggest change in popularity is Asgarnia, which is down 1.71%. Maybe God Wars is getting a bit stale, and players are opting for newer content. Now for Relics. The first 3 tiers are split up just about the same as last week, with Trickster still on top for Tier 1, Fairy's Flight for Tier 2, and Banker's Note for Tier 3. The 4th tier though, this one's seeing an interesting change. Brawler's Resolve, which is the Melee Relic, is up 4% from last week, and Archer's Embrace is down 1%. Range is now the least popular combat style in leagues. Of course, Superior Sorcerer is still seen as, well, superior. For the 5th tier, Treasure Seeker is still trending down in popularity as more players are moving towards Infernal Gathering for that sweet passive XP. Farmer's Fortune, however, is continuing to be the most popular relic in the whole game. Up 2% from last week, more players are choosing the simple life at Farming Guild rather than the powerful new prayers for Tier 6. Coming to you for the first time in these stats videos, the breakdown of Tier 7 and Tier 8 relics. Berserker is the most popular pick for Tier 7 at 59%, Soul Stealer in second place at 33%, and Weapon Master only being chosen 8.1% of the time by players. For me, this was an easy pick. Listen, there's just something nice about hitting big numbers. Tier 8 is incredibly even so far, with Guardian at 37%, Undying Retribution at 32%, and Executioner's Axe at 31%. As more and more people are unlocking Tier 8 Relic each day, I'm curious how this number will shift. I personally went with Guardian, and I can assure you right now, I have never had a more loyal friend in RuneScape. Definitely no regrets on this one. As we are nearing the end of our first month with Trailblazer Reloaded, there's a lot of PVM happening, and it's happening fast. 221,861 normal Chambers of Xeric have been completed, and one team even completed it in 8 minutes and 1 second. That's insane. As for challenge mode, it's been done 150,224 times. The fastest time out there is 14 minutes and 1 second. Moving on to Mauritania, regular Theater of Blood has been completed 258,643 times, with the record time being 8 minutes and 59 seconds. That's on a 4-person team as well. The hard mode version of that has been done only 22,846 times. Again, a 4-person team being the fastest at 11 minutes and 10 seconds. Listen, whoever this 4-person team is, you are not helping with the campaign to get Scythe buffed. I'm gonna need you guys to slow down, please. With all the superior sorcerers in the desert searching for their shadow, normal mode Tombs of Amascut has been completed 232,155 times, with expert mode at a whopping 388,044 times. That total sums up to 620,199 completions of Tombs of Amascut so far this leagues. The fastest for normal mode is currently at 9 minutes 32 seconds, and expert mode only 2 seconds slower at 9 minutes 34 seconds. Fight Caves and Inferno both have some incredibly talented speedrunners in the main game, but what about in leagues with these relics? Jad has been killed 271,430 times, and the fastest kill was done in only 12 minutes 22 seconds. Zuck has been defeated 13,403 times, with the fastest completion being 20 minutes 40 seconds. Before we wrap up here, I'll share a few more fun statistics with you guys. The passive agility XP gained from Sage's Greaves is currently at 446,949,109,390. That's over 35 million already rooftop laps with the 16 times multiplier. To do that many laps, it would take a single person over 440,000 hours, that's 18,333 days, or a whopping 50 years of arty laps. Remember how last week's video was titled 1,989,786 deaths and counting? Well, we kept counting. PVM deaths are up to 3,122,858 now. Over a million new deaths in 1 week. Guys, what are we doing? PvP deaths happen a bit less often at just under 50,000. As a wilderness pick myself, I've seen what happens in those rev caves, and let me tell you, yeah, some people are very passionate about not sharing worlds. There are 12,944 Tumikin Shadows in the game now, and only 3,644 Twisted Bows and 2,774 Scythes. Last week, Soup congratulated Adicon on completing Tazar's special challenge. Since then, it's been completed 543 more times. Congratulations to you insanely talented individuals. These statistics are accurate as of December 6th. I hope you guys have been enjoying the weekly updates on various league stats. If we hit 200,000 subscribers by the end of the year, we'll have one more video showcasing statistics for the entire leagues that will blow your mind. Let's wrap up this video with something people love to talk about, their dry streaks. Discord user Adam got their Tumikin Shadow on their 109th purple. This player is in the 99th percentile for Shadow, landing in at roughly 4.5 times the drop rate. Full transparency, I'm a nerd and I like data analysis, so I'm going to take 30 seconds out of your day to deep dive into Adam's dry streak and really show you how unlucky he was. I created a simulation to theoretically force 1,000 RuneScape players to obtain 109 purples from Tombs of Amascut, and I recorded how many shadows they obtained. As you can notice, over a third of the players are obtaining either 4 or 5 shadows and their 109 purples, which is great because shadow has a drop rate of 1 in 24 purples, and 109 divided by 24 drop rate is roughly 4.5. So in the stats world, this is amazing because the simulation analysis agrees with the drop rates. Okay, wrapping this up. Out of the 1,000 players, there were 11 unfortunate souls who were still without shadow and 109 Toa purples. Ouch. Yep, well, good thing you're free now, Adam. Okay, let's get back on track. Congratulations to Tick Imperfect on completing their Soul Reaper Axe at almost 1700 Vardorvis KC. Adoptualists finally got their Dragon Warhammer at 3,920 Shaman kills. Assuming they have their 8th relic unlocked, that's the equivalent of doing 19,600 Shamans in the main game for the Dragon Warhammer. Muzi has gotten 43 purples at the Theater of Blood, but is still waiting on one of them to be a Scythe. That's rough. Hellplayer is currently at 16 pairs of boots from Medium Clues, but unfortunately, none of them are the green ones they're looking for. That's gonna be it from me today. If you're getting unlucky on a drop, let us know in the comments. Remember, complaining works, and don't give up on your grinds. At the end of the day, all of our RNG should even out in the long run. Well, at least that's what the law of large numbers states. Good luck out there, and have a great one.